everybody, we're back here again, and we're talking Batwoman. Yes, Batwoman, the show that just keeps giving you reasons to dislike the crap that it is. It never stops. It's been cancelled and it keeps coming back like a bad cold. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's not coming back. It just, people keep talking about it. So recently, the Batwoman writers' room were throwing out things on Twitter. And according to this article from Bounding into Comics, Batwoman writers' room gets savaged after they claim the CW's Batwoman should only receive positive feedback because of strides for representation for queer black women. God forbid it be good. So let's look into this. The Batwoman writers' room took to Twitter to declare that the now cancelled Batwoman show on the CW should only be receiving positive feedback because it made strides for representation for queer black women. It did none of that, but, on May 23rd, the Batwoman writers' room posted to the social media site. Guess what they posted? Comments trying to detract and deflect from the impact, safety, representation, happiness, and hope that Batwoman brought black women can be seen to the door and left behind. It's 2022. Be better. Oh God, that entire thing just eludes crap. That's it. It literally eludes. I mean, you're trying to say what safety, representation, happiness, and hope. Good Lord, but that when you really know what your own nonsense with. And a follow-up tweet they added, calling a show that made strides for representation for queer black women anything but positive is an attempt to change the narrative, and it's time we stop letting those who don't matter have the stage. Let the black women have the floor. You see, I've stated this numerous times in previous videos about this. When you start to hear these writers and these people connected with the show doing this, you see them for what they are. You see that they have absolutely no hope in their own product, because in both these tweets that they put out, they haven't mentioned anything about the show itself. Nothing. What they're talking about? Representation, queer black women, happiness and hope, queer black women, representation, queer black women. That's all you focus on. That is what you built your entire god-awful show behind. Not good writing, not great acting, not compelling stories, not intriguing setups and entire ensembles that draw viewers in. No, none of that. They never mention any of that. All they talk about is this. Today before, same thing was done with Why the Last Man. Don't talk about the show. No, just talk about how it representation in it. And people wonder why Netflix is in so much trouble. When one user replied, "We love you so much, they don't deserve you." Yeah, right. Here's what the writers' room had to respond and say: "They don't have me. Who has me are the black women who have continuously said that this show is important to them." Really? More than I will ever know. But apparently you don't know. And for that, I am not letting them sit by and handle the fight alone. Once again, never talk about your show. Never talk about your show. Continuing on, the account was subsequently roasted by Twitter users who called out the show, who saw massive declines in viewerships and ratings throughout its 3 seasons. Now, I have put out a few videos talking about how awful Batwoman is. Probably one of the worst shows I've ever been on TV. And people have said to me, oh, why are you talking about the show like that? You want to see black people have anything, you don't want to see this or that. It's not only me. People are genuinely coming out to say how much they don't like this show. And let's take a look at some of these people and what they have to say. Heels versus Babyface. Put this out, eh? Your show was dog shit, and it's right. The stories were garbage completely. Completely true. Representation is no substitute to good storytelling, and to hide behind it shows your cowardice and inability to take any responsibility yourselves. You were lucky to get 3 seasons. You didn't even deserve one. Couldn't have said it better myself. YouTuber Nina Infinity wrote, Batwoman writers, you can have all the representation you want. It will never substitute for bad writing and shit characters. In fact, you did your representation a disservice with your trash script. Why not give her something to work with and be successful? The blame is on you. Exactly. You push representation, but you don't push anything else. This is all you try to do. You didn't have that character grow. You didn't have that character develop. You didn't have anything. I mean, from Ruby Rose to Javicia Leslie, all the people who played all these two women who played Batwomen, nothing of any kind of growth. All you did was push queerness and figure that was supposed to just save your show. No, another YouTuber, Fat Steven Seagal, wrote, strides and good writing need to be coherent and respectable. Batwoman lacked both. Some of the lines and filming was horrendous, stereotyped disrespectably, and agenda-filled. Criticism of those points isn't hate, abuse, or harassment. It means the viewers saw flaws. Grow up. Exactly, these people don't like anybody to tell them that they're doing anything bad, because they figure that as long as they so-called representation and so-called pushing this for queer black women, you're supposed to love it. And I've said that before. Why should I love something simply because a person is black, simply because this person is queer? No. If you cannot create a good story with interesting characters or make a good show, why must I love it? Simply because you want to push representation. And if I tell you I don't like it, you want to behave like I am some sort of racist or homophobe or hater or whatever. People have things to say, and what people have to say is that they don't like seeing this nonsense that you do. Another YouTuber wrote, just because my dog shit doesn't smell for once, and I'm definitely thankful for that while I'm cleaning it up, doesn't make it anything other than shit. Hard to say, but it's the truth. Another one wrote, you had the floor and no one listened. We saw the ratings. You chose politics and divisiveness over good storytelling, and in the end, that is the bed you have chosen to sleep in. The blame lies at your feet and no one else. Very true. Another also wrote, so you're basically blaming everyone but you for not only making a terrible show, but pretty much not taking any sort of responsibility, since no one liked this show. Not even the people you tried pandering to. Exactly, because they're literally trying to blame everybody else for saying that this show should have been successful because they checked these boxes. They made this show try and pander to the LGBT, the alphabet community, and they didn't like it. They did not like it. And this is what happens when you keep using these woke agendas to try to push things. It's a practice that is never going to be sustainable. Never. People watch entertainment to be entertained, not to have your views shoved down their throat. Nobody is going to watch that. Neurotic wrote, you know what doesn't matter? Your cancelled show. Short and sweet. Another person wrote, get good writers next time and stop using minorities as a shield to hide your lackluster effort behind it, because them literally were just phoning it in. I tell you how they didn't care. Another person wrote, your show was an unmitigated disaster and an insult to black women who are victors and not victims. Exactly. We deserve much better than those sloppily written, tokenized characters. It should have been cancelled at the end of season 2. Well, I say it shouldn't have even gotten made to begin with, honestly, because you had no intention of doing it correctly. You shouldn't have even gotten it made to begin with. This is the tweet that Carolyn Dries put out. Us got the sad news that Batwoman will not be seeing a season 4. Well, too bad, we shall never get a season 1. The show's third and final season saw its average viewership clock in at 458,000 views per episode, with the ratings in the 18 to 49 demographic averaging 0.09. Now here it is. This is it. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Barely anything to talk about. And when you look at the 18 to 49 demo, you understand me? The only time you got a 10, 12, and 11 was when this was when they introduced Poison Ivy. People took a look at it to see what would happen. And the second episode, and then that was it, that it just fell off. It ended on 0.07. Nobody was interested in this garbage. Literally nobody. I mean, look at the Rotten Tomatoes audience score for season 3. Audience score 33%. 33%, you know. The show's overall user score gets an abysmal 23% audience score. Well, it's the average tomato, because them these so-called critics, I don't know what the hell they'll be doing, but 23%. And you all have the gall to talk and try to push nonsense about all kind of crap about how you, Batwoman, right, about how the positive should only receive positive feedback because of strides for representation for queer black women. You did not make a good show at all. Batwoman was a horrible series. It should have never gotten a season 1, should have never gotten a season 2, should have never gotten a season 3. When Ruby Rose left, rather than say to yourself, okay, let me just, it didn't work. Let's just cancel it and move on, try and do something better. No, you decided to bring in somebody, but you decided, okay, let's check more boxes. This time the person has to be black, they have to be gay, they have to be this. Let's show that out there and act like this is going to somehow cement this. But no, you all only want positive feedback for your rubbish. That does not happen. People are not going to like something because you just figure they need to like it. And again, as I say, the show was awful. Cancelling it was the best decision CW ever make. But is that going to stop them? No, because these so-called writers tried to start up some kind of petition to get another season. That failed miserably. But don't fret. They have actually failed upward. And they have gone on now to look to do Gotham Knights. So we should all wait with bated breath to see just how bad Gotham Knights is going to be. Because these are the same people who brought you this. This horrible show made by ridiculous people who want to pander to a woke mob that supports nothing. You got cancelled because you sucked. Don't blame anybody else. Blame yourselves. Let me know in the comments what you think. If you have a different opinion, feel free to let me know. If you like the video, be sure to hit that thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. Ring the notification bell. Be notified every time I put out a new video. And I shall see you all next time. Take care.